Miriam Slozberg here of Miriam Reads Tarot, and I hope you're doing well. So today we're going to be talking about the death card. That's right, the death card. When you think of that card, how does that make you feel? Alright, you don't have to answer that right now because I'm going to be talking about the common misconception about the death card in tarot. So here's the thing, there was an old story that had originated from somewhere, and I had forgotten where I had heard it, but here it goes. There was a 13-year-old girl walking on the sidewalk, and she came across the death tarot card on the ground. Of course, she got scared because she thought that she was going to die. When you encounter the death card on the ground like that, or anywhere else, and you don't know anything about the tarot, I mean, it would be logical to think that way, right? However, when she got home, she made a discovery when she went to the bathroom. She had her first experience with the time of the month, and that is what the death card meant for her, as that was the sign that her old self was forever gone, and she became a woman. In other words, she transformed, and that is what the death card usually represents. The death card in the major arcana in the tarot means transformation or death of something, which does not necessarily mean literal or physical death. So another example of when the death card can come up is when a woman is pregnant for the first time, which means she will become a mother, and that is the death of her old self too. So sometimes the death card in a reading can come up if a certain situation that you're in and has been part of you is gone and will never return. However, occasionally, in a rare circumstance, depending on the reading, the death card coming up can mean literal death, especially if the reading pertains to an individual that you know is going to pass. If you're doing a reading about somebody very close to you in hospice, you want to know how their passing will be. So that can represent a literal passing, but again, that is the exception and not the rule. Besides, if a reader were to pull a death card for you and predicted that you were going to die or there was going to be an actual death, then that's extremely unethical. So like I said, the only exception to that rule is if the seeker had requested to have a reading specifically about a loved one in hospice that was on his or her last legs and just wanted to know, wanted to find out how to make the individual's last days as comfortable as possible. So in that situation, the death card could very well come up. Otherwise, it's extremely unethical to ever tell a seeker that there will be a literal death if the death card comes up. So this also means if a reader were to say that, then he or she would not be very knowledgeable about the tarot. Unfortunately, you do have a lot of so-called readers who think of themselves as experts or professionals that really don't know much about the practice. So let's just hope you never, ever encounter that. Or I hope you have not. So now that you're aware that if you encounter the death card, not to panic. And not to think that this is a prediction that you or anyone who you care about will die. So in other words, that is other than the exception that I had just mentioned. So that means if the death card comes up in a tarot reading otherwise, then you just need to brace yourself for a big transformation, meaning that something will be forever changed. And something will end. Something will definitely end. Okay, so that's it about the death card, and I really hope that you enjoyed this, and you know what to do. Like, subscribe, whatever you'd like, and hope to see you very soon. Take care. Bye.